Hey, Scott from MyGrowthRings.com here, and here happens to be in my garage once again. And welcome back to an episode of Stumped Q&A. This is our now midweek video that looks back at the previous weekend's video and answers your questions, comments, and cheap shots about that video. Now, because of the holiday, it was a very quick video, and it was an update on the Shopsmith Toolbox, which is the 5/32 hex wrench. And we ran through a number of options, and not a lot of questions or very few comments, actually, but a couple of them worth noting. The first one came from Andy, who said, you should show them where to store that toolbox. You're exactly right. I don't know why I didn't share that. It's one of the challenges, we're constantly using that to lock down arbors and attach to the lower saw guard and move things around. And so having it handy would be a great idea. And in 1954-ish, the guys that designed the Shopsmith Mark V thought of a solution for us. And that is, in the end of the machine where you might mount an accessory, a jointer, a bandsaw, whatever, they drilled two holes. Look, they're cast right into that. One of them is ideal for your Shopsmith toolbox, the other one for your chuck key. Isn't that cool? Now, where you keep it while you use it, that's entirely up to you, but I'm kind of in the habit of just putting it right back there. In addition, Andy made another suggestion, and this is another great idea. This is the coupler or coupling that we use to power those accessories off of the headstock on the Mark V. And his suggestion is so that you always know where this is. And one of the places you do not want this to wind up is in your dust collector. And as you're cleaning up around after a day's work, if this goes up into the hose and the dust collector, it can damage the impeller. So what Andy does is he takes his Shopsmith toolbox, he sticks it down inside of the coupler, which, by the way, look at that, there's a through hole, and then he parks it right there. Yeah, it seems to work. I don't know, it's not a bad idea, I guess. Let's see, additionally, a gentleman named Glen, who points out that he's been posting comments under his wife's name. So look for Sandy, you'll see comments from Glen. And Glen said that while he stores his chuck key on the end of the machine right there where it was designed to be stored, when he needs it is when the machine is in the drill press position, and that thing is now 6 feet away from where it would be useful. And so he has a little solution that I think is worth exploring. So let's go to the drill press position and check this out. So while the headstock here is made of cast aluminum, the belt cover on top is made of stamped steel. So I've known a lot of people to just take a rare earth magnet, attach that there, and to just store their chuck key right there when they're not using it. That's a great idea. But what Glen has done is he has drilled a hole in his carriage back here. This is the casting that is supporting the table. And he simply drops that key down into the hole. Now, what's interesting about that is, as long as it doesn't fall out when you lay the machine back down into your normal horizontal position, there really wouldn't be a reason to remove it, but you would also want to have a magnet there to hold it in place. Well, if you're going to do that, you could simply epoxy a magnet onto that surface, or maybe attach it with a heavy magnet from behind that would allow you to put your chuck key there. Now, I notice that area, whenever I'm drilling, especially with a Forstner bit, it does tend to collect dust. And so for me, I don't think I'm going to drill a hole into that casting. But the idea of keeping a rare earth magnet on my headstock and storing the chuck key right there actually has a lot of value. The other idea is I could take some epoxy and epoxy a smaller rare earth magnet to the back flat end of that chuck key, and then that would allow it to be suspended from that surface as well. Anyway, great tip. There's no reason why, if you explore this, there's a big cavity in the back, you could drill a hole if you wanted to. Apparently I don't want to. All right, that's it for this one. This coming weekend, I have what I think will be a very interesting topic to share with you. So be sure to subscribe and hit the little bell icon to be sure that you do get notified. You know, with YouTube, you have to subscribe and then you have to really subscribe. So thanks for watching. Make it a great day, and I will see you this weekend.